Chats with D&D. I'm Denise.
I'm David.
And this is Chapter 8. That's
With
Emily, our great owner and producer. Owns the bookstore, the coffee shop, and the arcade, not us. She's our boss, though.
Cool.
That's true, with Pat Young.
Hi, Pat.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to Pat.
So this week, we are talking about the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which is one we've mentioned about being very excited about before.
With good reason. It's good.
So it was really good. Basic synopsis, it is about a person who every day is in a different host body and is trying to solve the murder of Evelyn Hardcastle. And the why and the how and everything, it's pretty...
Yeah, it's sort of a sci-fi-ish...
A little bit, obviously, if you're
bit.
body swapping.
The main character is repeating the same day 8 times to try to figure out who the killer is. And it's good. There's also a couple of other people also trying to solve her murder for themselves.
And yes.
Why is it called 7.5 deaths?
Or can't tell you, it's a spoiler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, doke.
It's a pretty big one. So I was like, what does it mean? But anyway, so we won't spoil that for you. But I would say it's yes, Emily.
So, is it one person that appears in 8 different bodies, or are you the reader in 8 different people?
Is a person.
Yes.
It's one person, 8 different bodies.
In 8 different bodies, yes.
Gotcha.
And when they repeat the day, they kind of get to see the person does the actions they did.
Yeah,
It's very
the host body keeps their personality. They're sort of...
Yeah, so
But,
it is in conflict with the main guy, person.
Yeah, there's some bleed over, but not a whole lot.
I mean, it gets worse
conscious...
the more he does it.
Yeah.
It's just like each time. And so there are like different pros to each body, so that was really cool. Because one of them's more of a thinker and not really a doer because he's like really big and he can't move very much.
He said that was
And
his favorite one to write too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, he was very interesting because he's very much like a watcher. And then there's one who just like hyperactive, also a terrible human being.
Yes. Awful.
Just like
The worst.
Yeah, not a great person.
Which is impressive because this story has a lot of not great people.
Yeah.
You read a lot of those books with not great people.
Well, like, I will say, obviously every book is going to have not great people because those are usually your villains. But also, they're not great people. It's like different levels.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them...
It's like Victorian not great people.
Yeah, because it's a party of rich people and they're kind of all there, but like they're blackmailing each other. There's a bunch of secrets that that you uncover trying to figure out who is the murderer.
Yep.
And it's like, well, this isn't helpful, but also you're horrible. And also there's obstacles. And the obstacles are real bad for the main character.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say, I don't know what book I would recommend if you like, or like anything like this, really. I mean, it's a little bit Agatha Christie, I would say, with the whole, the way it was written, like because it's kind of like a locked room mystery.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's only these people at the house and there's no one else.
So like Clue, kind of?
Yeah.
A little bit.
But it has, I feel like, a little bit of the intensity of Agatha Christie's, like the whole...
He did list that as one of his...
inspirations?
Yes, there we go.
See? That's how you... Anyway. But yeah, so that, and then also I would say maybe... Like, I don't know of any sci-fi light enough to compare it to. Because it's not really sci-fi in the fact that, like, it's only because of the...
Yeah, it's just the Groundhog Day sort of thing.
But it's not really... So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, if you like mysteries, I would say this is a good one. And if you're not really into sci-fi, like, it's not sci-fi really, except for like that. And so I feel like anyone who likes a good mystery where you're trying to solve it along with the person, because basically they start off with no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And
they don't know who they are, where they are.
Yeah, and you learn as they learn, and it's like trying to figure out as they figure out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty intense. I really liked it. I would say, honestly, I think 5 depths.
I say 4. Yeah, 4 depth heads.
I really like this one though. I get what Irma was talking about.
What was Irma talking about?
She was talking about how good it was because
Yeah.
we were gonna do it before for a book club book for just before we were doing the chapter chats, and everything started happening, so we didn't get to do it. But this one I really liked. Honestly, I'm glad I own it now. So now for the Patreons only part of it, where we get to go more in depth and talk about things and maybe answer some of Emily's questions.
I already asked all my questions.
Well, we're gonna answer.
Well, we can answer that one that we
Oh,
put
okay.
before.
Yes.
Ooh, cliffhanger
Okay.
for the video.
Yes.